one question that was submitted, and it's more technical. You don't have to answer it if you don't want to. But are you more of a game theory optimal player? Are you more of an exploitative player? Or are you your own big bad wolf who puffs and blows people's full houses down?
That's a nice one. So I'm known in the community as the kind of anti-mathematical player, but
so you're not game theory optimal.
So I'll elaborate. So
okay.
As I've already mentioned, I was going to go into mathematics. I was going to be a theoretical physicist or a banker or something like that. I really have an aptitude for maths, which is in the top 0.1% of the world easily. But I don't think that the way that people are thinking about poker in the mathematical sense, in the game theoretical sense, is anything short of mildly delusional, or in some cases strongly delusional. So that for people that don't know, there are these two ways of thinking about poker. You can have an intuitive and exploitative sense, and you can have a game theoretical sense. And the semantics around it is really weird because they kind of intertwine, but they kind of don't. And the way that I teach it is so much more about, it's hard to explain if you don't know poker, but living in reality, living in the sense of, I'm playing this person in this situation, in this hand, I'm going to do what I think is optimal in this very specific situation. Whereas the game theory approach is saying, well, if this hand came up infinite times, how would I optimize my stratagem? I don't know if that's right. So that would be a more mathematically sound approach if you're playing a computer infinite times over. But we're not playing computers, we're playing humans, and that's what I'm about. I teach intuitive poker and I play intuitive poker, and I teach people to cultivate their logic and cultivate their intuition so they can intertwine, because logic and intuition intertwine so beautifully if you get it right. And that's my style.
So if you had to say ratio GTA to exploitative, would you say 70?
Zero GTO. The way that I look at GTO is like if you're day trading, you have to be aware of all of the different random like Fibonacci patterns and sequences and all of these curves and everything. Not because they actually matter. Some of them do, some of them don't.
They're trends that other people follow.
Exactly. You need to know what other people are thinking to be able to beat it. But I think that some of the people are just living in delusion.
So it enables you to think one step ahead because you're working under the assumption that they will be working under these kind of predefined models that are not necessarily right.
Yeah, and it's hard because, I mean, by definition, game theory optimal is meant to be unexploitable. But we're playing humans, we're not playing computers, so it is very exploitable. Exactly. If you're enjoying the way that I'm speaking about poker, teaching poker, I do have a website, charliecarrel.com. Link is in the description below. You'll find on there a mindset masterclass, which I think is the most important, teaching you how to deal with tilt, anxieties, ambition, things like that. You'll find a poker masterclass completely teaching you how to restructure the way that you think about poker. And you'll find a complete archive of the bankroll challenge.